Very interesting, very astutely said. I mean, I also think Kazuya can be really fun. Oh, and we're seeing the Ken being brought in. I was so used to seeing the Kazuya coming out, but we're seeing more Kenneth Masterson action against Neb's Pokemon trainer.
Right, it's PT. Okay. Ooh, actually, who does well in this matchup? I feel like PT just does a little better in this matchup.
Yeah, I definitely think when Ken is faced, or any FTC is faced with a character as there's so much options ahead of them, you know, I think that can be very difficult to approach because really Pokemon Trainer can kind of do it all, but it's knowing when to pull out everything is the challenge. Oh, trying to go
Oh,
for a Squid Games, Squid Games,
there we go.
back there.
I saw Hamilton had a good start. I saw him do some damage against the Squirtle, making Nep switch to Ivysaur. He had a really good advantage.
Missing that back air by just almost a literal hair. Oh, just trying to bet it all. Just going for wall stroke and maybe hoping for some kind of shield punish.
Yeah, that was really risky. Actually, it's really risky against a Charizard since Charizard's like probably more defensive because I know that their neutral and pressure isn't that good. So
Mm.
I know when they go Charizard, they always like to stick to playing defensive since they have really good out of shield options. You know, up smash, up B, even grab.
I have to say, this performance so far from Neb is almost a little scary because Sergeant Hamilton was appearing like such a massive threat in the pools I commentated yesterday. Perhaps it's a toolkit of Pokemon Trainer and Going Ken, or maybe Neb is just that much of an excellent pick for AOC to have gotten. Up B, sniping and taking the game.
That was good. Didn't expect to kill that early. We didn't even get the screen either.
Right, I mean that could have been a DI issue, but even then it was such confident play from Neb. Just like if there was a Smash textbook of how to approach a game with confidence, you know, the very picture would probably be Neb in that very scenario.
He did good. Like I thought first, like Hamilton was doing pretty good. He was getting some combos in. He was doing some good pressure. But then when Nep switched, like it just it just Uno reverse card. You know, he was
Mm.
starting to get the advantage. Took the first stock. It was a great reversal, and then it just changed. Yeah,
You know, sometimes momentum can swing so wildly in Smash, you almost wonder, how did I lose that? Um, oh, and I would like to apologize. I'm getting information that Neb uses she, her pronouns, so I will try to correct myself. You know, Neb is an excellent player.
okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I wonder if Sergeant Hamilton is going to be sticking on to Ken, if they're going to go Kazuya. What is going on?
Great. We got a Steve.
They got Steve. Say it ain't so. Steve is legal. Sergeant Hamilton is bringing out a whole treasure trove of characters against Neb.
And this is going.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no!
yeah. I mean Nintendo.
Smash Bros!
Yeah, blame Nintendo. It's their fault.
Oh man, I mean, I have no idea what happened. Maybe it was just the lobby host that got kicked, or I have no idea if the match is still going on. But I mean, what an interesting counter pick. I mean, Steve's a good counter pick against practically anyone you could think of in the roster.
Actually,
Ah,
Does Steve do well against PT?
I mean, even if Steve doesn't, it's by pure virtue that you are indeed Steve. And apparently, the match is still going on. The viewer, the lobby host that was watching the match, ended up getting booted out. That's a very common glitch in Smash Bros. And we are getting word that Pokemon trainer beat Steve, according to most Pokemon trainers and Steve?
I've always feel like it would be better to just understand what you've done wrong, just stick to the character and try to fix all the mistakes you made, you noticed during the set, so you can play a little better in the next game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Sergeant Hamilton, he just loves counterpicking, you know. Apparently he loves counterpicking Steve's because he has a pocket Pokemon trainer himself. So, if I'm getting my information correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and Neb, I think in her position, you know, that's kind of exactly what you want, is like, you know, oh please, you know, make it even easier for me, counterpick to a winning matchup for me, which is, you know, something very rare, but it does happen in the world of competitive Smash.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it's usually best not to like counterpick a character. Oh, depends sometimes. If it's a character you think does better against the matchup, it's fine. But I guess at times the opponent will always have like a way to like adapt to it easily. Or it's like you'll make mistakes that was worse than the character you've played last time. That's what happens to me. Mostly I say it's better to stick to the character you know instead of just counterpicking. So you won't mess up and understand the mistakes you make for the next game.
I think that's very well said. I mean, I think in most cases, sometimes you just want to separate matchups from whatever tier list you want to pull out from. And sometimes you just have to go in with the attitude of just wanting to learn to make yourself a better player in the long run. But I mean, this is double or nothing, and you got to pull out all the stops and everything you have if you genuinely believe that you know matchup charts, you know, you can throw that out of the trash. Then you have to prove it. You have to prove it. Let's see. Oh, and we were just talking about how curious of a choice going Steve was. It appears Sergeant Hamilton has won game 2.
They discontinued the game. They don't want to stop it.
Yeah, I suppose they continue the game. I mean, how do you tell the players mid-set, you know, stop for presses, you know. But they ended up running through the game. Sergeant Hamilton won game 2. It is currently standing at 1-1. Oh my god, we are seeing the entire Sergeant Hamilton army, sir, yes sir.
Really? I feel like at first it might do a little better against the Squirtle. Actually, I don't know. The Squirtle can just probably go under it or something.
I mean, Sergeant Hamilton, it doesn't seem to be bothered by the matchup whatsoever, no matter what character he's playing. I mean, we saw the Ken in a very harshly losing effort earlier. Maybe the Ryu will provide a better toolkit in order to face a strong foe like Neb's Pokemon trainer.
Might work actually. Almost. Wasn't the input version.
Right, and of course, in case it sounds like I'm misstating Sergeant Hamilton's character choice, he's not going random. Like he's purposely picking these options, and with the way he's been playing so far, I firmly believe that these are like really solid pockets and experiments and things of the sort that he's choosing to bust out in this situation.
Risky side B. Oh, that's it. Yep, side tilt.
The Neb just a different beast with this Ryu than the Ken that was brought up earlier, getting an interesting claim on that dash attack. People are saying that Sergeant Hamilton is locking in, and that might be true.
It is locked in. Already having a great start. Ooh,
Oh, that classic setup.
Ooh, so let's do a risky focus attack.
getting the stock, but still, so much to overcome when it comes to a character like Ryu.
There's a still break.
Oh.
Love that. I love that.
Honestly, if you're Sergeant Hamilton, you must be feeling like Buddy Holly right now after getting such a strong shield break like that. I mean, that was absolutely scouted.
It's good. Like, it doesn't take long for you to break a shield, but for Ken, it's the opposite.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's something that is either in the back of your mind the entire match that Ryu can do that, or it could really just be a jump scare of like, I got caught sleeping at the wheel. And, you know, I'm not sure which situation it was for Nebrifer, but either way, it paid great dividends for Sergeant Hamilton as we head into Game 4.
Yeah, it's like he did do a lot better with Ryu than Ken. Gets to help with the fireball and some other stuff. Helps him with neutral and pressure.
Or is it Game 3? I'm not sure which game it is, but either way, we're getting pretty deep into the set as the matches go on. I mean, do you think Strider is he going to stick with Ryu with how dominating of a display that was? Are we going to see more pockets being pulled out in this situation? What do you think the mindset of Sergeant Hamilton is?
I do hope that he sticks to Ryu because I like watching Ryu, but I feel like it's possible he might switch characters again. Because if he's good, because wait, okay, and I was right. He switched to another character.
Kazuya Gunner.
Okay, now there's a Gunner.
But I will say somebody chose FD. You left it open against Kazuya, against one of the best in the game.
He's going in. He is going in.
Dad getting a boot for her troubles. The up smash, that's exactly what Kazuya wants.
That'd be nice.
There's only so many places to escape on Final Destination.
Oh, there it is.
What?
Don't tech, you're dead. Don't tech, you're dead.
What happened there?
Nah, that's just some cursed hitbox. That's death.
Imagine the pressure on you and losing the stock like that. That does something to a person.
God, that hitbox was cursed.
Kazuya only needs one. He only needs one. For all my WWE fans, it's like watching Big Show versus Rey Mysterio. You know, you have someone who has to work so hard for so little reward. They have that heart in them, but you have such a dominating, such a strong foe that can just end you just like that. Classic David versus Goliath.
I feel like Gunner should be doing better in this matchup.
But this is FD Kazuya, and you can never count that out. Excellent read on that forward smash.
Trying to stay back. The zone.
Now Sergeant Hamilton.
What
excellent play at the end of that set from Neb, overcoming almost impossible odds against FD Kazuya.
And that was good. That was a great comeback. I had a feeling Gunner should be doing better against Kazuya. Even if it's FD, Kazuya don't really have many places to like go over the projectiles.
Absolutely. Neb, she really turned it up at the end there. Started making like a lot of like really hard reads, and knowing that I was seeing as Sergeant Hamilton would approach, sort of doing like an air dodge, just twist out of the way, but then doing it so frequently that maybe it became a habit that ended up getting punished and just getting sniped over and again, just enough times in order to win at the final hour.
He adapted fast.
You know, when you think about seeding, there's a chance that our 4th seed might not even make top 8 at this tournament. I mean, this is how wild this tournament is. I mean, there's a chance.
Got some really good players here.
And of course, the 4th seed, just to clarify, is Sergeant Hamilton. Let's look at seeding for Neb. Neb, she's seeded 7th. I mean, this is... Oh my god. Sorry, my phone. But yeah, I mean, there's so much drama and storytelling being told of every single one of these matches. That's what I love about Smash Bros. That there's so many stories that could possibly be told. And what? We're getting Gunner again, but we're switching over to Ken from Sergeant Hamilton's side. I mean, I just have to be so, I don't know, just quizzical, curious, all of those fancy words.
You wonder why. Went Ken to Kazuya. Well, I guess for better air game.
Perhaps a better air game, but like, this is the character that he went into such a strong losing matchup against the Pokemon trainer. I mean, now you're facing Gunner. But I have to wonder again what the mindset is, because like switching so many characters every single game only to land back with one character you lost with, or the second character you lost with, I should say.
No.
I mean, I suppose you don't want to go into a fireball war with me, Gunner. You want to be aggression. But I have to wonder if Sergeant Hamilton either has some grandmaster plan in play, or maybe we're grasping at straws and just are very good at showing that we're not affected by this.
Because even with Focus Attack, it won't really help against Mikoto's neutral B.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, me Gunner really wants you to block because she has so many setups that could lead into a grab just to end up in a favorable neutral interaction. Or just chip away at your shield.
That
was
was
such a strange
risky.
situation. This could be the most important interaction of a game.
Yeah, that was a good reversal. Ooh, missing the Nair.
Also missed the tech, but it hasn't affected Neb negatively. Very excellent neutral from Neb so far. She's playing so patiently and waiting for these opportunities to come up.
Close to winning that DP, but it was too far. Ooh, yep.
Oh, getting sniped for his troubles. Sergeant Hamilton at potentially the last stock of his run at Double or Nothing. Somebody I would have had pegged not only to just make top 8, but possibly win. Sometimes you just run about one player, about one matchup, and all of your hopes just end up in smoke.
Yep. Like fighting Rob.
Exactly. Maybe not exactly how I would have worded it, but I feel the emotion, my friend.
Ooh, didn't want to risk that shield break.
I have to say, this would be such an excellent win for AOC if Neb is able to take it. Oh my god, if the missile taking the game!